Hello, my name is Magnet, and I'll be giving you a survival introduction into the DayZ mod, or DayZ, or DayZ mod for ArmA 2, which is made by Dean Rocket Hall, a developer for the developers of the original ArmA. So we'll just go into our multiplayer menu and find a game. New York 3 sounds good enough, so we'll join them. And we'll allow the game to load. Now, for those of you that are new to the game, DayZ is a modification for ArmA 2 Combined Operations, which essentially simulates a zombie apocalypse in the ArmA 2 map, which is Chernobyl, a 225 kilometre square ex-Soviet state, which was the focus point of the original ArmA 2 game. Now, good things about this mod, it's probably one of the best, most polished mods I've ever played for ArmA. There are a few others, but we'll stick with this one. One of the main things with this mod is persistence. Whatever server you log on to will, any progress you make there, any items you get, any locations you go to, will be transferred to other servers that you log into at a later time. Now, keep in mind that at the time of the recording of this video, it's currently at version 1.4.23 alpha, so there's still a few bugs around, but it's still a lot of fun. So if you do encounter any issues while playing, just jump onto www.dayzmod.com and create a post in the forums there with details about your problem. Now, this is one of the known issues with the mod at the moment. It does take a bit of time to transfer data between the central database and whichever server you're logging onto, so don't be alarmed if it takes 5 to 10 minutes for this screen to continue on into game. Here we go. Okay, so it's just finalising my position in the game world, and as soon as it's ready it will come up. There we go, now we're in the game world. Now this is my previous character, the current one. I'll just give you a quick look at what's going on here. I'll just pop out a flare. There we go. As you can see, this is my character. I'm currently on top of a ruined castle, and that's the flare I've just thrown out there. What I'm going to do now, though, is for the purposes of the survival series, I'm going to respawn. Now, same sort of thing happens when you actually get killed, and be warned, you will get killed a lot in this game. So what I have to do from here is head back to the player selection screen. So I'll click abort. This happens whenever you're dead. Alright, no worries, disconnect, and then I'll pick a new player slot. Now, that'll transfer me to a new one, and I'll join back in, go through this process again, and that'll spawn me as a new character back at the starting location. Okay, lovely. Now, one of the first things to note when you're logging into the game, down the bottom right hand corner, some white text will appear. It's important to take note of that. We'll just wait for that to come up and I'll point it out. There you go. So that says I'm on Chernobyl, which is an island at Krutoy Cap, which is a location on the east coast of Chernobyl. It's east of the main population centres of Electra and Chernigorsk, and close to the towns of Kamashovo and Tulga. Now, I don't expect anyone to be as familiar with the map as I am. I've been playing for a little while, but for the new players, it may be handy just to have a look online for a map of Chernobyl, just so you can familiarise yourself with the different landmarks that you'll have to look out for to identify where you are, because you won't have a map for some time in this game. Now, again, for the new players, just looking up the top right hand corner, there's currently a debug monitor. As I said, this mod is in alpha, so that's there only temporarily, but it will show you how many zombies you've killed, any players you've killed, how much blood you have remaining, how many zombies are currently spawned in the world. So at the moment that's 580. Your humanity level, which is a morality system, which is still under development, and some other debug information, which isn't going to be too much important to us. Below the debug monitor, you can see the outline of an ear and an eye. Now that represents how loud we are and how visible we are to zombies. So the more lines which appear next to that, the more likely we are of being spotted by zombies. And the less obviously is the vice versa. Now you can affect that by the sort of terrain you're on, how fast you're moving, what stance you're in. So there's a few different things that come into that, but you'll be able to become accustomed to that. Below that, to the bottom right hand corner, we've got 4 green icons at the moment. The top one there is the shape of the head. That represents your humanity level. Humanity is currently affected by killing other players. Now if you kill another player offensively, then you will take a hit to your humanity score, which will go down, and eventually that'll turn red, and so on and so forth. Once you drop below a certain point, your character skin will change into that of a bandit, which identifies you as a PvPer. Now, there's still a lot of work going on in that system. Below that is a water bottle. The water bottle essentially simulates how thirsty you are. That'll go through stages of green, yellow, orange, red, and obviously the deeper the colour goes, the more thirsty you become. When it becomes critical, it will be red and flashing. At that point, you really need to find something to drink, otherwise you will start passing out. Same goes for the next icon down, that's blood loss. Blood loss is affected by injuries, so if you gain an injury which keeps you bleeding, or you're attacked by zombies and essentially eaten, you will lose blood at the rate that the injury you have. The lower that goes, the more likely you are to pass out and quite probably die. Again, that'll go through yellow, orange, red stages. If you are bleeding, you'll notice a white flashing cross on there, which will tell you that you're bleeding and enable you to bandage yourself. Below that is a fork and a knife. That indicates how hungry you are. So again, that's similar to water in that it will pass through the yellow, orange and red stages. Again, when that is flashing red, it's a critical time and you really need some food, otherwise you're going to pass out. Now, I'll just, to familiarise yourselves, this game can be played in either first person or third person view. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just select a flare by pressing F. So you can cycle through your F keys, and I'll just throw out a flare. So I've just done that by clicking on the thing, and as you can see, I'm in first person mode at this moment. I can change views by pressing enter on the number keypad, and as you can see, now I'm in third person. I can switch back to first, third. Now, usually I'd play the game in first person view just to increase the immersiveness, but given that it's night time and I'll need to pick up this flare, as I'll just demonstrate now. When I've picked up the flare, I kind of hold it in front of my face and my vision suffers, so I'm going to play in third person view for this tutorial. Now, I'll just quickly get you acquainted with, I'll turn off this flare first, I'll drop it first. Now, the way that you can do these interactions is by using your mouse wheel, and I'll just extinguish that flare just so we're not spotted by any other players. Now, by pressing G, I can bring up my gear menu. As you can see, I've got no primary weapon. I have got my revolver down here with numerous weapons. Now, this is a 45 calibre revolver with 6 rounds to it. Not the best gun for large groups, but it will do in a pinch. I've also got 2 bandages here in case I get injured, a single-use water bottle, so I can drink that when I get thirsty, and I can also refill these canteens at wells, lakes, or even in the sea, so just keep that in mind if you find empty ones. Now, I've also got some road flares here, like the one I just threw out before, 2 cans of baked beans. Lovely, yum, 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 yum. So when I get a bit hungry, I can eat those. And I've got painkillers here and also morphine. The painkillers will help if I get shaky vision because of blood loss or any other condition. The morphine, if I happen to get a broken leg, whether from a fall or from zombies feasting on my corpse, I can inject that and take away the pain and be able to walk again. I also have this, which is my backpack. Which I can open up and place items in. So I might just go ahead and place bandage in there, so I've got a bit more space in my secondary slots, and I'll place the water bottle. Actually, just using the scroll wheel, I'll just show you that this is how you eat and drink food before I put those in the backpack. So using the scroll wheel, you can eat food and drink water, and I'd only do those when it gets to a critical stage. Alright, so I'll open up my backpack again. There are other backpacks that you can get of different capacities, but this is your starting one, so we'll just play along with this one at the moment. So as you can see, the capacity of my backpack is changing up here, so I've just put 4 items in there, and these are the rest of the items on my body. So I've got 8 spots in there, 4 are now taken.